knowing the time hasn't come for him to learn the crucial truth. At the gas station, he realizes the notes he got from the room have turned to dust. Heads home quickly and experiments with his authentic Van Gogh paintings. He drops them on the doorway so they're half in the house and half outside. The one that's outside immediately grays. Her son Shane outside for some air. Matt half-heartedly tells her it's a bad idea but not exactly what happens. Matt and Kate, a young couple, move to upstate New York, having purchased a home. For Kate and Matt, their motivation is to renovate a house. Fortunately, Kate and Matt don't have serious plumbing problems or vermin. They do have some old furniture that has to be tossed outside a window. Matt keeps discarding old things he finds around the house, including some weird metal things. A trucker informs him nonchalantly about murders in the house, but Matt shrugs it off. After all, several houses in isolated areas usually have people who have died in them, natural or otherwise. He does do a bit of research and finds that a young man had murdered his parents. He becomes slightly obsessed with the young man who is called John Doe. Later, as he's ripping off wallpaper, he finds a door with a weird keyhole. It strikes him that the weird metal things may be a key when the door doesn't open with his tools. He goes out to search for the keys in the pile of junk he has created, then joins them together to form a key. The door opens to reveal an ordinary room. He calls Kate and they aren't too impressed with the room but wonder if it was in the blueprints of the house. Later that night, Matt is tired after tossing out things out of the house. He relaxes in the room and after finishing a bottle of whiskey, wishes he had another one. Lights flicker, there's a buzzing sound and another bottle appears before him. Matt is astonished. Next morning Kate finds him among a pile of stuff. He sees her and asks her what she desires most. Kate asks for $1,000, and Matt has to sift through some stuff he already wished for to find the notes. Kate thinks it's a magic trick. She wishes for more money, and there it is, more money. The couple is ecstatic because they've found a room that will grant them all their wishes. They do spend 2 minutes to wonder how all this is working but then get back to wishing for caviar, new clothes, more money, and more liquor. Days pass and the couple are dancing around and laughing and asking for more, even more artwork. Eventually, Kate becomes depressed and sits on a swing outside, moping about. Matt approaches her, wondering why they've run out of things they want the most. He believes Kate is depressed because she doesn't have children and had miscarried twice before. He urges Kate to try again, but she refuses as she's too afraid. They get into a little argument and Matt leaves the house for a while. Meanwhile, Kate realizes she can have what she wants without waiting for 9 months or taking a risk with her health. She goes to the room and wishes for a baby. Matt returns to find himself a father and freaks out. He wanted 9 months to prepare for being a father. The baby seems real and all, but Matt tells her it is unnatural and they need to return it. Kate doesn't want to but eventually agrees because she may be having second thoughts as well. The room flickers, the baby is crying and Matt feels he cannot do it after all. The baby is alive. They decide to raise the baby and Matt feels overwhelmed when he has to repeatedly wish for baby bottles and food from the room. The room becomes a convenience store for them but Matt still isn't happy. As an artist, he's obsessed with John Doe the murderer and how the room works. He goes up to meet John Doe at the mental institution, stashing some notes from the pile in the room. He's also glad to get away from the fussy baby. John Doe meets with Matt and warns him about the room. He's very vague and, as with every movie, withholds important information until the second half. Matt leaves, knowing the time hasn't come for him to learn the crucial truth. At the gas station, he realizes the notes he got from the room have turned to dust. Heads home quickly and experiments with his authentic Van Gogh paintings. He drops them on the doorway so they're half in the house and half outside. The one that's outside immediately grays. Matt realizes the horrible truth of the room. Their wishes come true provided they are in the house. Which means, Kate shouldn't have been too impulsive in quitting her job. The money is going to turn to dust and Tom should be concerned about all the food they've been consuming. Kate wants to take her son Shane outside for some air. Matt half-heartedly tells her it's a bad idea but not exactly what happens. Kate goes out and the baby immediately starts bawling. Matt is seen not coming out, struggling with having an unnatural baby. Eventually, he comes out only because Kate asks for help. They bring the baby in who is blistered skin but has also grown up into a young boy. The new, reluctant parents must now deal with a bratty boy who doesn't care about studying, is moody, and throws tantrums about going out. He also likes crunching on ice a lot. The boy is also a creep who spies on his parents being intimate and learns about the room that grants wishes. He wishes he could go out after his failed attempt to actually go out, which resulted in the windows and doors being boarded up. Kate is surprised at his ingenuity that he came up with a safe idea to wish for a world he can go out in and build terrible snowmen with limp carrots. Matt is enraged. His reasoning is that the boy asked for something after being denied. There was a distinct possibility he might wish for something stupid and dangerous like a dragon or something that would harm them all. Kate agrees with Matt because Shane is a kid who lacks discipline. Matt calls up John Doe asking more about the house. John Doe realizes it is time for the movie to end and reveals he is also a kid parented by the room. The only way he could turn into a normal human being was if his creators were dead. Kate, being nosy, has picked up the other phone to hear everything. Unbeknownst to them, Shane has learned everything as well. His father had told him that he was too sick to go out, now he knows what his ailment exactly is. Matt and Kate are not ready to die for Shane and consider their next steps. Shane has already decided for them and leaves the house. Matt and Kate believe Shane has made a sacrifice for them, but nope. Shane just wanted to grow up quickly. He's sitting in the room, waiting for them. Kate manages to cajole him into not taking extreme steps, but Matt is desperate for the story to proceed into chaos. He attacks Shane, Kate is injured and she falls unconscious. When she awakens, she finds Matt by her side telling her that Shane was killed in the tussle and that he didn't give her a chance to say goodbye and simply threw him out to turn into dust. Kate believes him, but during a meal, he behaves erratic and crunches ice. When Matt makes a move on her, she is shocked to discover he isn't her husband but Shane, who is harboring some strange fetish for her. He forces himself on her and she's horrified. She escapes him and finds herself in a world Shane created out of the room. Meanwhile, the real Matt is still alive. It isn't long before Kate finds herself standing before two Matts. In a cliched scene, they both claim to be Matt. Then one of them calls her Junebug lovingly and she's convinced he's the real deal. She pushes the other Matt off the stairs. Shane finds them in the house and stabs and kills Matt, but realizes that Matt and Kate have used the room to replicate themselves, and that the real Matt and Kate have escaped. The real Matt tussles with him again and they manage to fall out the door. Kate immediately closes the door so the steaming, blistering Matt cannot get inside. He ages before her and soon turns into dust. Matt and Kate are aggrieved because he was kind of their son after all. A month later the couple has abandoned the home and are living in a motel. Kate stares in horror at a positive pregnancy test, unsure if the child belongs to Matt or Shane and whether they are in fact still in the room.